Happy New Year! The best part of celebrating a brand new year isn't the resolutions you definitely won't keep, nor is it worth hyping yourself up for a whole month only to end up at the world's lamest party on New Year's Eve. The best part is watching the cartoons that give the new year meaning again. I'm Whitney Van Laningham, and these are the best New Year's cartoon episodes. Number 7, Animaniacs. Fine, this isn't an episode, but the New Year's Eve song from Animaniacs has to make the list. The whole song is bitchin', but I love Dot's solo.
It's New Year's Eve, so let's all get dressed in a tux or gown. When you look your best, you're the belle of the ball, you're the one that they all came to see.
Happy New Year!
Happy New You, my friend, and Happy New Me!
Number 6, Teen Titans Go. This TTG episode starts off like any other episode and ends up as the darkest, most messed up episode I've ever seen. Robin accuses the gang of always ruining his New Year's Eve, so they all promise to try harder this year. He forces them all to run these New Year's Eve drills to practice for the big moment, but of course, when the big moment comes, everyone totally drops the ball. We see a montage of the Titans celebrating New Year after New Year, with each one ending in horrific disaster. Finally, when they become geriatric Titans, they decide as a group to fight Father Time and Baby New Year to guarantee them one final perfect New Year. When they win, we see the gang celebrate New Year's Eve successfully for the first time, until the camera pans out and you notice that apparently the apocalypse has happened and that it's probably the last New Year's the world will ever see. Fun! Number 5, Phineas and Ferb. This episode is action-packed, so hang tight, y'all. In A-Plot Town, we have Phineas and Ferb building a multi-dimensional New Year's Eve ball so that they can drop it from space at midnight. In B-Plot Town, we have Candace struggling not to bust her brothers while she's at her first grown-up party. And in C-Plot Town, we have the evil Doofenshmirtz trying to hypnotize the New Year's Eve crowd with his resolution changer-inator bow tie. Will Phineas and Ferb succeed without getting busted by Candace? Will Doofenshmirtz actually hypnotize everyone to follow him? I don't know, man. Go watch the episode if you want to find out. Number 4, The Simpsons. Okay, so technically this is a Halloween episode with a New Year's Eve episode inside of it, but whatever. There aren't a lot of straight up New Year's Eve episodes out there, so don't get mad at me. All right. Let's travel back in time. New Year's Eve, 1999. The ball drops, Y2K happens, the Earth begins to implode, one electronic device at a time. Lisa gets selected to hop aboard an aircraft headed away from our planet to a more inhabitable one, and can only choose one parent, so obviously she chooses her mom and Maggie. Homer and Bart find another spaceship they think is going to a new planet, but to their horror, they slowly realize that the airplane is full of Ross Perot, Dr. Laura, Spike Lee, Dan Quayle, Courtney Love, Tanya Harding, and other people you definitely don't want to be on a plane with. So they figure out pretty quickly that they're on a fast track to explode in the sun. The boys eject themselves before the big crash, and their heads explode in space. Happy New Year? Number 3, Regular Show. When future Rigby visits Rigby in the bathroom to warn him not to let Mordecai kiss a girl at midnight, Rigby is skeptical at first, but that changes when future Rigby tells him that Mordecai will never be happy again if he kisses her. Rigby does everything in his power to make sure Mordecai doesn't kiss his date at midnight, and fortunately he doesn't. Unfortunately, he does kiss someone else.
12 o'clock isn't over yet. We can still make the best of this.
Huh?
I don't know how he doesn't know that that's CJ under the mask, but that's masquerade ball logic for you. Number 2, Futurama. The pilot episode of Futurama was a New Year's ep. On New Year's 1999, Fry accidentally locks himself in a cryo chamber for 1,000 years, waking up on New Year's Eve 2999. And actually, Homeboy takes it pretty well for someone who's never gonna see his family and friends again. I mean, it makes sense. His girlfriend looked like she totally sucked. Fry is immediately taken to the Fate Assignment Officer, Leela, and once he gets past her whole one eyeball thing, he learns that he's gonna have to be a delivery driver for the rest of his life. Of course, he tries to run away because cheese and rice, that would suck. He meets Bender when he accidentally gets in line for a suicide booth, and the two of them start hanging out. When Leela finally catches up to them, she tells them that she actually gets why they're career dodgers and decides to quit her job too. The three of them go in search of Fry's nephew, and when they find him, they decide to blast off into the New Year's fireworks to escape the job people on Earth. Number 1, Steven Universe. This New Year's Eve episode definitely has the heaviest plotline. Steven and his dad decide to clean out Greg's storage unit before the new year so that both of them can start fresh. But when Amethyst finds their old VHS copies of Lil Butler, Greg and Amethyst totally hole up in the storage unit and have a marathon. Greg promises Steven that he'll watch the fireworks with him, but he and Amethyst end up watching TV straight through the new year. When Greg tries to leave to go find his son, Amethyst gets really mad and shapeshifts into Rose to upset him. Unfortunately, Steven sees her change into his dead mom, so, that's not great. The next day, Amethyst, Pearl, and Garnet clear out the storage unit for the guys so that Amethyst can properly apologize to them. I don't know, man. Turning into someone's dead mom is a really intense New Year's Eve plan. These are my favorite episodes of New Year's Eve cartoons, but I want to know which ones are yours in the comments. Like and subscribe to NerdWire, and be sure to click to the left of my face for more videos.